October 8th show at the man, that shit not it. I'm in the country. I was just like,
all right. We are back, folks.
oh my God.
We changed the name of the show, so it is now called the Intimate Connections with me, Queen Jackie.
I thought it was called Howard and Ricky.
It might have something was called Howard and Ricky. So, I'm happy to have Ricky and Howard on the show tonight.
Legends.
Definitely legends. But I gotta, before we get started, I gotta turn it over. Everybody slide closer to the Queen.
She's taking that Queen stuff.
We good. So, the man at the other end of the table.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good
Pipes.
evening, everybody.
Call them
Good
pipes.
to see everybody.
Check. All right. Good
Rick,
evening.
also known as the Quiet Storm,
The Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm.
sharing the table with some legends here.
Wasn't that done already?
Yeah, well,
She gave me that.
I mean, he is a quiet storm because his ass is sneaky.
Are we gonna get
Okay.
sued? Are we gonna get sued?
I'm gonna change. Can I change my name to Sneaky Link or something?
Yeah, do something, you know.
Sneaky Link. I
Call
don't
yourself
know.
Pink Panther or
Sneaky
something,
Link.
but don't take the Quiet
Myself.
Storm.
I'm just gonna leave that inside my head. So tonight's topic, we're gonna actually discuss love languages.
Love languages?
Love
Yes.
languages.
Oh God,
Like, do you all know what your love language is?
It's a language for that?
It's a
take me
language.
out of this conversation already. Hey,
But
look.
you know, I mean, one of the things Rich brought up earlier and talking about love language, how big has comedy been in terms of your love language? Does it make it easy to get the panties, or I'm just asking?
I'm gonna take you back 20 years ago because that love language ain't working today.
The love language ain't working.
No, once you commit yourself, love is gone. I'm once in a 20-year relationship. There's no love. Go ahead, Jay.
First of all, nobody trusts anybody. You notice I still got my mask on. So I don't trust y'all. I don't trust none of you Negroes in this building. You know, Nick is 12 feet away. I still don't trust him. So I don't know if he got his shot or not. That's how you feel about love. You can't trust these women. You can't trust these men. So it's about trust.
It is about trust.
It's
Yeah.
about trust. And Jackie, first of all, you didn't introduce us. You're doing it right for this.
Yeah,
While it's on,
yeah,
turn the
we
mic
are.
on.
I know we slipping.
I
Act like
did.
people know who we are.
We've been through this. We've been through this underground railroad before.
Doesn't feel like
Two of
that.
you are veterans, so
Like,
let
we
me do
trying to-
it right.
we trying
So
to-
to my right,
We trying
I
to speak.
have
Let's rewind.
Howard G, Mr. Kiss My Bumper.
That's right.
30 hits already. People hitting
So
up on
yeah,
me.
and let me tell you about Howard. Now, I always feel like Howard is my go-to, but Howard is such a sweetheart. So when I was sick, Howard was checking
That's
on me.
right.
So I really
Yes.
appreciate that.
That's right. Get that grapefruit extract. I
don't remember you were sick.
Some zinc. Yeah, she went through it.
I was down for a while.
You went to the grown?
Yeah, I said that.
Can you move down, son? Ain't no sense of rewinding.
But yeah, I appreciated that. You know, he was checking on me like every day. So I thought that was really cool.
That's right.
You have anything else you want to say?
No, I was just do a formal introduction. You know, like your audience know us. They don't know
I know, and I took it for granted because I always talk about the two of you. So
thank you very much.
Next to Howard is the godfather of comedy, Mr. Ricky Shackleford.
And they treat me like the godfather of the garbage man. Ricky! now, I'm happy to be here, Jackie, and I'm happy to hear what you said. And if I'd have knew, I take that very personal. I would have had somebody call you. Wouldn't have been. I don't trying to call you.
Right.
Somebody.
Can't trust somebody on that phone.
Yeah.
Right. Put my mask on when I asked them to call.
First of all, let me tell you about Ricky when he came in. He said, Jackie, I love you, but I don't trust your ass. I'm going to sit down here.
Right.
I didn't say that. I still don't trust you.
Right.
You talk too damn much for me, so
I'm just saying,
you're
man.
spreading some shit.
I'm spreading some shit, all right. I'm spreading this love language. Get with it.
That's right. The love language. No, but you were talking about the love. When we were younger in comedy, this was the pimp of the year. I hope his wife ain't watching. But this brother he would bounce in the Gatsby's nightclub, had his shiny shoes on, and I mean trench coat. What was it? A leather coat.
It was a leather trench.
Wait,
it was leather trench.
Adams?
Leather trench like the shaft.
In the summer?
Come all the way down to
summertime.
It was seasonal, so it was cold. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
But the women was on this boy. I'm not lying.
So that's
They like that kiss. They wanted to kiss that bumper,
It
huh?
was before Kiss My Bumper. I wasn't even Kiss My Bumper yet.
Before Kiss My
I was
Bumper.
Howard G, the DJ. That's right, Nick.
Okay.
You know, I was a DJ first.
So would you say?
Yeah, let Nick know I was a DJ first, baby.
Man,
And niggas mine turned up.
So is it safe to say that comedy or humor is like aphrodisiac and makes things easier?
Man, where you
know what I mean? I'm just asking.
You
I'm
better
asking
get you some
people that don't
jokes.
know. Hey,
We call him Pipes down there. That's
Oh, you call
Pipes.
it fun?
so you know what they say if they.
Listen, I used to go in the 32nd Street Plaza, and because we were promoters, we produced everything we did.
Okay.
I was standing at not 32nd, Melba's. No,
Yeah.
forget it. I'm in Melba's, and the guys would be jealous because we had we had them laughing. I'm just talking about even before the stage.
Right.
Look at Ricky Shackleford. He about ready to laugh them drawers off. But that's how they thought of us. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, remember we were at clubs every weekend, so we had to come up with new material every weekend.
All the time.
Right.
Every weekend we had to do improv or write material down, new jokes every weekend. One of my favorite jokes they used to watch me do when I do Scarface.
Right.
They used to love for me to do Scarface.
Yes.
That's all they wanted. They would watch me do Scarface all day long. Just do Scarface. That's all they yell out. And I would do Scarface.
Can we get a sample?
I'm gonna tell you something, okay? First of all, Jackie, I know it's good to see you here.
Oh man.
But I think you need a Quaalude, okay? You need a Quaalude. And, say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, he got
Tell
the
Pipes.
Yeah.
Tell Pipes. You know, he trying to sound like he got a deep voice. But you know, deep down inside in the morning time, he talk like Mike Tyson. You know. Yeah, my voice. Yeah, but this is how I really talk when I ain't on there.
He talked like Scarface, and when he hit him in the morning, he woke up sounding like Mike Tyson. I guarantee you it's over. I'll see you next week.
Oh, my God.
Brother
Wow.
Nick, have me a napkin right there, Jackie, right by your left, Jackie.
I think he's having a hot flash. So.
No, I'm having all kind of problems.
This love language shit done got him shook up.
Got me sweating. And stuff. I'm sweating because I know I ain't going to get none.
You don't get none. Wait.
You don't know, Nick. I don't know. Wait.
You don't get none after 20 years? Is that what's going on?
You better be happy you 43.
His hairline 50.
I ain't no hairline. That's what
I don't know if I can last 2 hours, man.
There ain't no hairline.
Man,
That's a way back.
That's a way back.
Way back when.
He's trying to find his way back.
You can't handle the truth.
Y'all gonna leave short legs alone
No,
over here,
leave
okay?
it alone,
Okay.
short legs. I mean, his knees
Call
ain't
them stubs.
Stubbs' knees ain't touching the floor.
He rocking back and forth. He rocking them legs.
Well,
So Ricky, what was your back in the day?
And I was so serious, you know. People and I pulled some nice women because they looked out. We was always clean.
That's
we
for sure.
wore suits, you know. We was dressed up. So you know, I basically was in charge, meaning in a way, you know, I was the leader of the pack. So I didn't run after women. If they didn't come to me, I wasn't going to them.
Oh, so you was like that?
No, it
Is that
wasn't
what
like
you
that.
saying?
But that's
Okay.
just who I
That's
am.
what it sound like, though,
Right.
isn't it? Yeah.
But when I hit it,
They fell in love.
when they call me out with buddy love.
They, look,
What you doing? Where you at?
they
You got
laugh,
plans?
Okay.
but they say you laugh at my jokes, you moan to my strokes. Right?
Lord have
But
mercy.
here's the thing, though, Jack. A lot of the material was about sex back then.
Okay.
That's when
Yeah.
Def Jam and all of them was
Right,
start ready to
right.
come out. So, you know, I was talking stuff I knew. Hey, well,
Right.
You know what I'm
First
saying?
hand.
First hand.
Therefore, he got married. I want to make sure we clear that up.
Okay.
Because I had the hotel.
That was a long time ago, long
Because
time
I had
ago.
the hotel.
You had the real hotel.
The old check in, but they can't tell.
and they don't check out.
And look, in three different locations.
That's right. All on the east side.
East side was slamming with it all with Dillon. Come on, now.
East side, boy.
Oh,
Hey, look, what's that
man.
on Papa's? Everybody know where they are, too. Those Papa's over there.
Well, you talking
Name one of
the
them.
good now.
Good now.
Good
That's
now,
it.
yeah, good
Look,
now.
Look, Jackie been up in there.
Man,
After Wittens,
don't put my business in the street, goddamn it.
after Wittens,
We had
come down from
Wittens.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Jackie been up in there.
20 grand was
Moravia.
20 grand was
Yeah,
down
that was the
way,
whole.
yeah.
That was
But
the
see,
whole.
that back in the day, but thank God
That
I'm
was-
saved
yeah.
now, because look, we got Pastor Merrill Griffin in here. He watching, right? He watching.
Yeah, but look, we got Gigolo on this.
Yeah, G. Oh, that's our G. He watching now. This is all back in the day. I'm saved now. Great man of God now. I ain't doing those things like I used to.
I guess Gigolo born again.
That's the old G.
OG, baby.
Yeah,
My man,
for
Gigolo.
sure, for
That's
sure.
right.
So comedy was a good
Yeah, because we
icebreaker for y'all, right?
Well, because a lot of people couldn't do comedy. We got the attention because we stayed on stage.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was the key from 20 grand with the Gong Show, and we had Gatsby's going. Plus, we was
Gatsby's.
doing. I was 32nd Street Plaza. We was floating comedy everywhere. So we was known. It was easy to get known in Baltimore.
Right,
Because there wasn't a lot of us doing it. You see
Right,
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
too many of us.
There wasn't
That's
us
right.
doing it. So
And I remember nights when Sinbad stopped through.
yeah, he stopped in.
I remember when G Money, Alan Payne
Alan
stopped
Payne,
paying.
yeah.
What's the boy on the bike? He stopped in. What's his name? The one that passed away. Oh God! Come on, Big Worm. Well, not Big Worm. The boy from Friday.
Zeus.
Oh yeah, Zeus.
Yeah.
Well, his real name is Tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny
Right,
stopped,
he stopped
in.
in also.
Everybody
was
stopped
he a
in back
comedian?
then.
Was he a comedian or
No,
No,
he's
he's
an
a comedian,
actor.
but he's an actor. And these people stopped in right after Friday came out, and right after Alan Payne stopped in right after the big movie.
The New Jack City, yeah.
This is right after New Jack City.
Yeah, but I'll never forget when Sinbad came in.
Yeah,
he,
Sinbad
he had a
came in.
concert. I think it was with Luther
We
or
let
one of
him,
them.
we did 45 minutes. We
No,
let
but
him-
this what happened. That was the toughest night we ever had. We
Right.
wouldn't get nothing over.
Right.
As soon as he
Okay.
picked the mic up, Goody Goo Goo, they
Yeah,
fell
they
on.
fell
I'm like,
out.
are
you
you
Fall-
serious?
We let him go too. He did 45, 50 minutes.
When he left, I tore the ass up. I know. Don't treat us like this.
Right,
every
right.
weekend make y'all laugh. Because every night ain't the same. Like you said, Ricky taught me, every night is not the same.
Different every night.
Okay.
And so that night, it was a rough night. I mean, nobody hit. And
get
then
no laugh.
Sinbad came in. They said, hey, man, Sinbad in town. He want to stop through this. I just said, come on. We got him. He came upstairs. He got on that mic. Sinbad did at least 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah, he was
Killed the
nice
crowd.
guy.
Wow.
Nice guy.
Clean. They ain't cursed nothing. They was just falling out.
Because he was Sinbad.
Yeah,
Right,
Sinbad.
yeah.
He was Sinbad, and I was
He
sitting
got
home mad.
Right.
So let me ask you, when that happens, right? You up there and you prepared and you expecting it and you ain't getting the response that you want. What do you do? How does
mind feel? Race? First of all, you think.
Any panicking?
You're not panicking. You go in reserve mode, so you know what joke definitely works.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you start digging. Like it's almost like a DJ. Nick can tell you when the crowd ain't jumping, he got to dig in them crates. He got to find that one hit song that he know gonna work. Once he play that song, they gonna get on that. They right, Nick? That's how you gotta do it. You gotta put that one hit song so we know joke. Like for me, my Scarface bit, I knew my Scarface would catch their attention.
Right,
sometimes we would break out in impressions.
Yep.
And then
that was
we know one thing, everybody can't do impressions.
Right.
True.
So once you do an impression, that's showing you another gift, another talent.
Yeah.
And then, especially if you sound just like the person, that wins people over. Even that guy, Jay Farrell. To me, Jay Farrell does a hell of impressions. He just don't, his punchlines ain't that strong with him, but he sounds just Will Smith, Cameron,
Denzel, right?
Denzel, everybody does.
Yeah.
He sounds exactly like him, but to me, his writing is not that good where he has funny punchlines with all those impressions. But he does a hell of an impression. All of them. So he
got the voices down.
Right. He got it down pat.
What about you, Ricky? I mean, what was your go-to?
Well, voices was my thing. I was doing 50 different voices. You know, that's how. Back when I first started, Richard Pryor was the only guy I knew. So I thought I was Richard Pryor. My stage name was Richard. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I idolized him back in the day, and I could pull him out. And not only that, my mindset was almost, when you listen to a Bill Cosby or Richard Pryor, Richard was the man back then.
Oh yeah.
You can look at Eddie and all that. No, Richard was the man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They came behind him, is what I'm saying. So I always had that in my mind. I'm Richard Pryor. Because I was more of a comedy actor too.
Gotcha.
When you talking about characters. I mean, I did Rick James back in the day.
Right.
I'm talking with the whole outfit on.
You had the whole damn
Come out
outfit.
with the Jerry
Got
Curl.
on Jerry Curl.
Had the cigarette in his mouth.
You remember when the song came out called Glow?
Right.
I had the glow wig.
He had these tight red jeans.
Leaves. They were leaves.
Oh my God! Wow.
Flavor Leaves.
He had these
Yep.
boots. He had these colorful boots that would come out, and then he even had female actresses and stuff that would do the
Mary
female
Jane girl.
parts.
Okay.
Or they'd be Mary Jane girls.
Yeah, one of them, Cheryl, never get a God rest her. She passed maybe a year or two, but they was my Mary Jane girls.
Oh, wow.
But see, during that time, putting on the hits was out when they used to do lip sync.
Right.
Yeah.
I brung it back from the West Coast, and that's when I moved back. I won $1,000 doing Rick James at the hotel at the BWI
Right.
because I came out and this dude is killing it. But I was ready.
So give us some
I was
Rick.
ahead of the game. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, give us some Rick.
huh?
Give us some Rick.
Oh, come on. You know
Come on, man.
I'm starting to, Jack. We mess around here. You on one of these tables.
Don't have me excited.
She's
and
a
shit
very
up in
sexy
here.
girl. The kind you don't
I was.
I appreciate y'all touching all the bottles. I don't know what you done all day. I would have touched every bottle. I don't even want no one.
There he go.
He got dog doo-doo on this one.
I got my shot.
Hey, look, yeah, you gonna give us a shot too. Not the comedy. No, but back then, Rick James was my guy. I mean, because he, people don't know how popular Rick was back. He crossed over into rock. That means, put him on a whole different level.
Definitely.
From black to mainstream. Come on, that's when Prince was hot. And I got guys out there right now. One sings with Harold Melvin's Blue Notes, Keith.
Really?
He was doing Prince back in the day, and now he's with the Blue Notes now.
Right.
Okay.
And can sing. I mean, really sing.
And it's funny for me because you talk about gas fees.
Right.
I started out as a DJ. So I was a DJ downstairs. And then when my shift was over, I would go upstairs and tell jokes.
Okay.
And yeah, so
That's
it's like, right.
Wow.
But let me tell you something. This boy was gun ho. I have to look. I don't care what we done seen over the last 20 years. Was nothing like this one here.
Okay.
He was serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why he's where he at now.
Right.
Because he took it serious. I mean, he showed up on time, DJing and performing.
And not only that, I used to MC. It says G is on the line. G to tell you, I used to MC with Gregory G and the strippers. They used to have me MC.
Wow.
Bring when they had what that night they had. They had Thursday
nights,
stripper night, and I would MC for their show.
You ain't
They
cracking no
go on there
strippers.
DJ.
Right.
Then that DJ go upstairs
Very
and then tell jokes.
Oh yeah.
So
Damn.
it was like all night long.
I was gonna say, all night.
Oh yeah, I know he was there. I seen him in action about 4 weeks ago. He was hosting a party, the retirement party up in Cockeysville.
Oh, okay. You was there?
Yeah. You know, and we talked a little bit, and you asked me, he was like, "Did we work together?" I said, "From Jackie Show." You know.
Oh yeah. But I was doing Grandma G then. That's a different character.
But it's funny. But you know what? I don't know if you remember. That's why I asked y'all.
He was doing the
what happens when y'all.
He was a grandma.
What
with
happens
a dick.
when the crowd ain't feeling it?
Oh, you can cuss on this show?
I just
Goddamn right.
You ain't listening to that mouth on there.
Damn right.
You ain't listening to the mouth of the South. That's the mouth of the South over there.
I've been good so far.
Now you have been good.
I've been good.
But mainly, and I'm glad he said that, we don't curse a lot in our act, no way.
Right.
You know, but you can use cursing in the right perspective. You know, but you overdo it sometimes. That's
True.
that draws. You know, it's a different audience for different stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
We cut pipes off. He was telling his story.
yeah, well-
Oh yeah, no. I was
Shitty
talking about.
Yeah.
First of all, I was talking about the great job you did, but I don't know if you remember, it was a saxophone guy there, right, who was playing, and the crowd wasn't feeling him.
Oh yeah.
And I hope he ain't watching, but but in the middle of his song, he just said "F it," and
walked off.
and walked off.
Really?
And guess who had to
Wow.
pick up the pieces? My man here.
yeah, I did.
Okay.
He came up and because it was like everybody was like, "What?" We weren't ready. We weren't ready. He just wasn't feeling it.
Right.
He started, then stopped, and then it was.
What you do? Catch him in the action or something?
No, I MC'd. And I
Oh, you were host. You was hosting.
hosting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Brought him on.
Right, I got you.
And people don't realize how hard it is.
Right.
You know, to always have your game on, and you were the one to pick up the pieces because
I'll give
it was awkward.
But
and
I'll
it was
give you a
hard.
reason why he can do that, because we host our own shows.
Yeah.
Right.
When you host your own shows, you're gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
Bottom line, and then when if you the only comic, you were the only comic in that
Yeah,
show.
I'm the only
comic. Okay.
That's even tougher.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how many acts did you have to bring on?
It was a gospel rapper. You remember him?
Right.
Hey, look, this guy.
Why you start laughing?
This gospel rapper, man, he was funny. He came out, and I guess he related to her. So he started telling like a story about his aunt and stuff. Yeah, I remember my aunt when she spanked me when I was 3. He was taking a long time to get
It was
started. He was like,
awkward as I don't know what.
Bring your song.
Oh,
and then when he did
man.
his song, it was like one of those songs where
Audience
I couldn't remember none of it. All I
audience
remember the chorus line.
participant. Yeah, he was saying, now the guys, y'all need to sing this. And
Right.
the women, y'all need to sing this.
I
We
don't
were
remember
like,
that junk. I don't remember his chorus line and something like that. I was like, and I started imitating it at the end.
Damn.
Everybody was falling out.
You got caller?
yeah, but
Oh, we got on the line. Somebody calling in?
Caller, you're live with the Intimate Connections.
Yes, this is Spokane.
smoking.
Spokane.
Cocaine.
Yeah, Spokane.
Rogaine.
We're in Shackleford.
Hey,
What's your people?
What's your real name, sir? Give us your government name.
Vern Hardy. We're Ricky
what's
Shackleford.
Vern?
Oh, okay.
Glad to have you.
We don't know that other name, sir. I'm sure you got to give us your government
Yeah,
name.
you gotta give us the real deal.
What's going on, Malachi?
What's happening, man?
Where you, brother, in your truck? 'Cause you always working.
Yeah, I just got off work.
Well, Malachi is a poet.
Okay.
And he's actually in this show coming up on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Okay.
He's in this. He's not on One and Fly. He's a late bloomer. He comes in late, but
Gotcha.
bottom
He
line.
wanted to call us on his government phone. Let us know.
Hey, look. But since we got him for 5 seconds, hey, look. Can you spit something that you wrote and give us 30 seconds? Is that a problem? Malachi,
30 seconds.
do something, brother. Don't talk. Trying to give you some play, bruh.
Oh, yeah, I could do something, but I mean, you said under 30 seconds.
Well, just do it. Start,
Do
bruh.
it. We'll cut you off.
Does it
Yeah.
need to be
We'll go to a
something
commercial if we have to.
No,
Right.
off the top of your head.
Does it need to be something intimate?
No.
No.
Yeah, because we talking about
We're talking about embassy. Yeah, go ahead.
do the intimate. Pull the worm out,
Let's get
bro.
intimate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is an intimate
Not
show.
the
Ain't it?
word.
Okay, I got one. I got on curves beautifully defined, bodacious, spacious, filling every line. She was a masterpiece. You can't trace this. Paint the picture. You cannot erase this.
Damn.
It was breathtaking. Nubian God, please do me the honor of conversation. You're making me wander. The spell I'm under is captivating. Holding my mind incubated in meditation. The combustion suction when the thought dropped was equivalent to when a cork pops. Now we fill another glass of champagne, chandelier swinging, ceiling fans. Elevator music got my ears ringing. Get them relaxed, absorbing this sensation. Caught up in the web is taken. A few seconds to maneuver through the thought of you taking. The thought of deceit. Part of me keeps assuring me I'm mistaken. Realization often meets common sense a tad bit too late. She was elegant. Brown skin, melanin, cinnamon scented complexion. Envisioning you wrapped in lingerie so eloquent. Thoughts descended from my mind multiplied by times. By inches, loving my witness, my little man extended. It was piping, I couldn't bend it. Me enlightened, not in your business, I pry, but in your eyes, I see something different. I come to terms to realize, I come to my senses. Under conditions, thirst is simultaneously quenching. To your waist, I'm clenching.
Yo.
And I'll stop there. He said 30 seconds.
Yes.
God damn it,
That was good, man.
over here.
That was good, man.
That was
So that brother trying to use all his vocabulary words, trying to know that we need to go back to school.
I don't know what it is.
Googling some of these words, elevation of my motivation. All I want to do is zoom, zoom, and boom, boom.
And a bang, bang boogie say, up jump the boogie. That was really good, man. That was really good.
Beat.
That was good.
But Malachi, we'll see you on Saturday, brother, the 10:30
right.
show.
Okay.
And bring a dictionary, brother, so you can explain some of those words.
Hey, man, we appreciate you calling in too. At least one person called for me. Who's calling for Howard?
That was shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, look, my people, I guess you check us out.
Wait a minute. Oh, Bruce.
From overseas, took us over Virgin Islands.
Bruce, really? My man.
Yeah, my man, shout out to Bruce.
My man, Bruce.
He got a show coming up too, right?
Yeah.
Is Bruce?
No,
No,
not that Bruce.
Bruce is somewhere else. I know
Bruce
what you're
is a
talking
promoter
about.
out in Virgin Islands.
Gotcha,
He brought me there like 3-4 times. Me and Ricky just went there right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We got back, and next thing you know, everything
shut down.
Everything was shut down. We went right
We had
there.
a good time too.
Yeah. Shout out to Bruce.
A lot of class
right.
guy. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Bottom line too.
Yeah, so how is comedy intimate? That's what y'all asking, like how the two combine.
Yeah.
Because singers of course get all the women, especially if you woo and you reach out and serenade the women and everything. For comedians, all we gotta do is be funny and look good, pretty much, and. Because even look at Michael Blackston. I mean, he's a fine example.
Definitely.
Michael laying him
He got
down.
an entourage.
Yes, Lord.
Everybody know. Shout out to my man Mike. That's my boy and everything.
Mike's my boy too.
Mike, he ain't the best looking brother in the world, but it goes to show.
I like to know where you get them clothes from.
Oh yeah, they got stores. They shop.
So they must be sponsoring him then.
Yeah, but those African stores, they got stores that sell that kind of clothes, those colors and all that stuff.
He be kicking it, bro.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
DK
No, but back to the romantic end of it. One thing women like to do is laugh. First of all, you know what I'm saying. And if you even affection just a little bit, and could find out what makes her laugh. That's what turns a lot of women on.
Yeah,
women don't really want to be with somebody that's boring.
True.
Everybody ain't gonna be a romantic. But laughter just loosens everything up.
That's
It does,
a real
yeah.
good point.
You know,
That's a real good point.
Loosen them up and get them drop those panties.
I don't know what the scientific aspect.
Look at Jackie, she do a lot of laughing over there.
My panties been on the floor.
Well, I came after Malachi. I just did the poet. Still on the floor. Still.
Yeah, had Rich down there ready to play with his nipples.
I know.
Just saying.
He was playing with a nipple. I was coming on his end.
God damn.
I tell you.
I'm sorry.
I think it's
I'm like, Howard, I didn't understand the words, but I am delivered.
But I think you made a good point, because it's like when you laugh, I don't know the biological aspect of it, but when you laugh, it's like chemicals releasing your brain. It's probably it's like
endorphins.
Endorphins. That's the word.
Wait a minute.
I know. Using them SAT words.
Hold up.
I
Ricky over there looking like
Walbrook High in the house. Walbrook High in the building. Yeah.
Like, yeah, girl, I know you like my dick.
Shout out to Walbrook, baby.
Yeah, but it's like,
but you laughing
laughter.
about what you just said. But see, that's the whole key. You just talk shit
And
right
it's
to
more
the core.
sustainable.
But you
though.
go right.
You
to
can't
the
sing
core.
all night, but you could.
Damn
you
good.
could cut up all
Damn,
night.
them titties
That's
taste
it,
like
yeah.
saltine crackers.
Right.
Do I need to get up and wash it?
Nah, baby.
Don't worry
No,
about that.
they
up in
already
there.
in your damn mouth. Hell no.
Because look,
So yeah.
to me, when that happens, you laugh. Yeah, they let their guard down.
Let them down.
That's true.
Man. Let them down.
Yeah.
Let them down and the
From a
pants
player's
come down.
perspective.
And see,
Your work is done.
you got another
So
call?
sounds like we got somebody on
We
the
got
line.
another caller.
Caller, you're on.
Hey, I didn't want anything. I just called to say hello, and I missed y'all.
Who's that?
Who's that?
This is Tanya, Jackie's cousin.
Hey, Tanya.
Tanya got a nice voice too.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tanya.
And she can
Denise
sing.
will.
Let me tell y'all.
She can sing.
Yeah.
443-226.
So Tanya, can we
I
ask?
had to shout y'all out because y'all had me laughing on the show. So,
Hey, can you,
I
son,
hate to shout
John, you can
y'all
sing.
out.
We want to hear you sing, though.
Tanya, can you give
all
me
these
Can I sing?
Yeah, just do
Jackie's
something.
crazy.
Come on, do one of those church hymns.
I ain't bothering with Jackie.
the
And then
Harlem
she got
Blues.
all
She can do the Harlem
comedians
Blues?
there.
Damn right.
Let her do. Hey,
What's the phone number to
Tanya,
call
do the
in?
Harlem
Got
Blues.
people want to call in. What's the phone?
Jackie, no, I'm not bothering you. And then you got Howard Gaskin online. Howard is a comedian. So he being tripped on me every time he see me.
He do what?
Tanya, what you say? You my baby mama. What you say?
You got plenty of them.
Oh, you child support.
She might be your baby mama. You got plenty of them. God.
How old you child support, baby mama?
Damn.
So Tanya, can I ask you, Miss Tanya? So Colin, can I ask you? So when a guy is funny, is that a turn on, or is that how does that make you feel when a guy can sustainably make you laugh?
Well, my mic don't
Well, that's
sound
the
like his.
answer. Because we old enough now where we don't care about how you look. But if you can make us laugh and keep us lifted in spirit,
That's right.
then you automatically got a good conversation going. So
Absolutely. So you better get funny down on the end of that table.
I know. Let me write down some of these. I'm gonna talk to the Godfather.
I'm trying to tell you what's up.
Thank you so much for that
Thanks,
perspective.
Tanya.
you welcome, baby.
Tell you sure you don't want to hit one note?
Can you just do the
I'm
Harlem
not
Blues?
Jackie, I'm not hitting no Harlem notes.
Okay.
I tell you what,
We
next
got
time I'm
people
going out,
calling,
I
Tanya.
appreciate
We got other
you
people that
calling,
want to talk to us.
Tanya, get back to them children. We got folk calling in.
That's right.
And
Hey,
Tanya,
Melanie.
have a good one.
thank you, Tanya. We love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it, baby.
Bring them
Got
on.
people calling in, baby.
Okay.
If you want to call and
Double
talk
trouble
to us,
here.
It's double- that's what we love.
1-855-493-6499. 855-493-6499. Call in
Damn right.
and reminisce with us, y'all.
Yes, call from
We got
Walbrook.
the legends. We got two local legends of comedy
Who we got, Nick?
in the building today. First time having them in the same room.
I know. That's
Right at the studio.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this because
I
I
was like,
said
listen, we need more than
we've
2
never-
hours.
And they got somebody.
We got another caller. Caller, you're live with the Intimate Connections.
How in
Yes. Good evening. This is the Come On Man, all the way from
What
St.
you say?
Thomas,
My
U.S.
man.
Island.
Yeah, man.
My man.
Hi, Bruce.
Bruce.
This is a Come On Man. You guys got a good show. I'm liking it.
The Come On Man. Well, come on, man.
I know, man.
He got his own show on man. It's
Okay.
called Come On, man.
Come on, man.
Okay.
I think
These 30, she's 30 miles here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm from the islands myself, so I always say, stop your coming and come.
Well, you ain't in the islands now. You in Baltimore. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
In your pockets, man.
See why you didn't get the chicks?
Pull out your wallet,
that's
man.
the reason. Howard, that's the reason I left. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's like that.
the-
Bruce Richard. He from the States. He from Chicago.
Chicago.
Okay.
Chi-Town.
Yeah, Howard. That's why I left. That's why I left the state. Y'all nasty.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You gotta come on, man. Call us nasty. Hey, Bruce, you need to tighten up, bro.
Oh, man.
How's the family doing, Bruce?
Hey, everybody is good. Everybody's good. We got cruise ships coming back.
Wow.
really?
Wow.
Put the
Hurricanes
company
coming.
cruise,
Yeah.
where you guys can cruise down here and let's do the Virgin Islands. We're
Yes,
ready. We
yes.
love Howard G, and he brought the team down last time. Yay, so hey, let's do it again, Howard.
All
We
right.
love Howard G and Granny G.
All right, Bruce, let's make it
I'll be
happen, baby.
listening.
Hey, Bruce, I hope you ain't
I'm gonna be
repenting.
sharing this. Howard, I want you to call in on my show. We have 3 shows down there. I want you to call in and have the other guys call in on the show also.
Absolutely.
Okay?
The other guy name is Ricky Shackleford. You done forgot that 4 damn times. You got more than a virgin in your islands.
Let's share the love. Let's share the love.
All right.
Hey, Bruce, ain't nothing changed but the weather, Bruce.
Come on, man. 85 degrees. Come on.
Hey, little Bruce, I enjoyed going to church with you on Sunday. It was great.
yeah.
It was great, man. It was off the hook. So different. So, bro, he hung up.
There you go.
You mentioned church, so he was gone.
But he gonna call us saints on Sunday. Saints and sinners.
The minutes on that calling card.
You know what? He said the calling card.
The minutes on that calling card.
The minutes went off.
Remember that?
See, we didn't
was
hear 5
good.
seconds.
That was good. That
It
was
was 5 seconds.
You notice I talk shit after he hung up, right?
Right.
But see, I'm a
So he's a promoter. So he's a promoter.
He gotta bring,
Okay.
but Bruce, they love Howard because he been there 3 times. But he didn't know me till I went down there.
Yeah, you was that guy.
I was that
So
guy.
the other guys.
That other guy. I gave him hell too. Everywhere I go, everybody got a Ricky Shackleford story.
So tell us about the island, man. Is it
Nice.
You just saw
Nice,
the
very
saw the
nice.
jail or the
St.
beach?
Thomas.
Okay.
We did a big high school.
Who is it?
Packed. They had like what, 300-400 people in there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Good food.
Great.
yeah.
Hospitality was nice. You know, he treated us real nice. I joking about him, but to produce the show, you got to be in the shoes to know what he's going through.
Right,
you know?
right.
And we are in it, but yeah.
We got another caller.
Oh boy, 5 in
You're
one
live.
day. Damn,
You're live with
phone
the
ain't never
Intimate
right like
I know
Connections.
it. Blow that equipment up.
Hello, caller. You on?
Hi, this is Rosalind. I was just calling to say hello. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, Wesley.
Hey,
This is
Wazzy.
Jackie.
How you
What's
doing?
up, Weezy?
How you doing?
That's Weezy, yo.
I'm doing
Yeah.
fine.
Not
I'm
we-
doing
Wait,
fine.
look, she said she asked her own question. We didn't ask her. She said, "I'm doing fine." Everybody asked you.
Yeah, because y'all took too damn long.
No,
I
that's
asked you, Wesley, how you doing?
That's how you
So,
doing.
about me, I'm doing great.
that's from use of marijuana. Only time you can answer your own question.
Damn right, because y'all old heads took too damn long to ask her how she doing.
She
Yeah,
took
Wes-
it too long.
That's Jack's girlfriend. You see her every day, so we figure.
You all were coming on tonight, and I'm like, because your time is different from mine. And I'm
yeah,
thinking,
she's
I'm like,
in
oh
Texas.
My God.
Oh yeah, Texas 2 hours different.
Wow, what part of Texas, baby?
It's I'm in Arlington, and it's 6
Oh,
She
here.
act like she didn't know where she
6:41.
was.
Right, she had to think about it.
She got a
No, I
Mexican
didn't.
held up.
You know what it is? She's saying she looking at all this sexiness
Right.
sitting at the table with me, and she can't get herself together.
Oh,
Right, that's right.
All this masculine melanin.
And I totally forgot about it, so I have to stay on your time when y'all have your shows.
Well, it's always good to
It's been
hear
a
from you.
while.
It's always good to hear from you,
It's
Wesley.
been a while.
What time is it there, sweetie? What time is it
2
there?
hours behind. This should
1
be
hour.
6 something.
It should be. It's 1
It's
hour.
only, y'all an hour ahead.
Oh, so
I
it's
love
only
y'all and I
6:30.
miss y'all so much.
All right, thank you, Weezy.
So y'all be good and God bless you all,
Don't be
okay?
a
You
stranger. Be
too.
safe, all right?
Thanks for tuning in.
Jackie,
Jay.
where you getting all these Christian friends from? Your ass ain't Christian.
Hold up, that is a misconception.
Okay.
Just because I love talking about intimacy, it does not mean
Yeah,
that
you
I
brought
don't
them
have a
subjects up.
relationship with God.
That's all right.
I'm
That's
just
all
saying.
And she been through. She better have one.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
They had you on the
But I
list.
like what I like, and that's it.
I do a thing called the list.
Jesus on the main
Tell them
line.
all about it. Oh, Pike's got some jokes over there.
Yeah, I
he's
told that's
got
why he's the
humor.
quiet storm.
Yeah, he got.
He
Yeah.
slides
Tell
the
the other
men.
guy y'all got. Y'all said, what had the big boy?
Well, he said he was moving on to bigger and better things.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
Oh, he on another show on 10 a.m.
No, they downstairs. He upstairs. He on the second floor.
They are.
They not even
Ain't no other way he can go but
10 a.m.
That's a fast caller in there.
Analog,
I don't know.
no, Jackie tripping.
analog signal.
He about to come do some
Transition
furniture
rate.
moving
That
over
would
here.
10.
They got scared with all this sexiness sitting at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can we plug our stuff?
That's what y'all here
this
for.
Saturday, if y'all
You
not
bring my-
I'ma be
busy.
there. Yeah, we there, man.
I know the people got those $200 Cat Williams tickets. I'm just pimping, man. Just pimping. No, I'm thinking about Chris Tucker. Cat Williams. We're doing 2 shows. Cafe 12, 5627, Ricerstown Road. Myself, Ricky Shackford, will be hosting. We got a bunch of fun up-and-coming comedians, a couple of hip-hop artists, a couple of singers, and then, of course, our headliner, Mr. Frank Nitty, will be in the building. 8 o'clock show and 10:30 show. Our very own DJ Nick.
Oh, Nick in the house.
Nick will be on the Wheels of Steel. Nick, is it still called Wheels of Steel?
Whatever comes up.
Nick gonna be on the Wheels of Steel on the music, doing the music and everything, and we're gonna have a good time. So if y'all ain't busy, come on out, get some laughter on.
Definitely.
I know, this COVID got y'all bottled up and got y'all quarantined.
Right.
We got the table spread out. We got the hand sanitizer on all the tables. We gotta wear your mask. Please wear your mask. Come on out. See myself. For Howard G. Gaskins on Facebook. Y'all want tickets, hit me up, cash at me. And of course, Ricky Shackelford, the real deal Shackelford. This coming Saturday. Who's that?
That's the show.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
And I'm gonna piggyback on that. It's been times I've seen these guys in action, like at least 2 different occasions, and it is a really good show. And especially it's always a treat to have both of them here because the chemistry between these guys. They feed off of each other.
Almost
You guys
27
see a little bit of
years,
that.
28 years.
Yeah, it's like I don't know who's Batman, who's Robin, I don't know who's Ike, who's Tina.
They
I don't know
alternate.
who's Peaches or Herb. I don't know who's who.
Bad
You know
news.
what?
I'm not gonna be robbing.
You not Robin.
I ain't wearing them shorts.
But you know what? I'm joking around, but it's a really good. These shows are always good. They're always
Right.
on point and they work.
And we start on time.
Start on time, baby.
Start on time.
And
I
the
don't
food
know.
is excellent.
Yes.
Y'all
Yeah.
gotta come. I mean, it's a shout out to Rita and Miss Rose, owners of the establishment, black owned, mother and daughter, catering and banquet hall, and the food. Tell you, boy, whoo!
Yeah,
talking
we do.
about somebody can cook.
It's
The
all
food is
We
good.
got
Yeah,
food
because
is good.
you had another show there that I came to.
Right.
Yeah, the
right.
food was excellent.
Right. So come on out. If y'all ain't doing nothing, come on out and just get some laughter in time.
Yeah, we need that
They
right
need
now.
that. But
And
if
it's
you
a
got
lot.
COVID, don't come. Stay your ass home.
Crazy. It's like somebody sneeze nowadays. It's like it used to
Everybody
be-
looking.
I know it used to be like bless you. Now it's like you better go on with that BS.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Y'all laughing, but that's why I'm over
It's
here
the
sweating like
reality
hell.
of
I ain't
you know,
been
the
around
times
y'all
that we're
in a
living in.
long time.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous. Is
Well,
that-
and speaking of that, how has it been as far as performance and getting gigs now that we're back?
It's
You know,
coming.
we opened up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Slowly
and-
open it up.
Well, we
Yeah.
basically got to get through the actual September, October.
Yeah.
You know, when
the
we
real
really hit the cold weather and flu season. When we hit that, and that's basically what they've been talking about too.
Everybody's inside.
The inside, but what I'm saying is, germs are coming from every angle now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my point is, we won't know nothing until we get to December almost, because you got to talk about how the weather's. We still at 88 degrees now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be 85 on the day of our show. But the point is, once that transition, that weather changes, and they made a good point. You ain't gonna recognize who got a flu, who got the COVID.
Yeah.
So we in a dangerous situation right now. But we basically, you'll see me Saturday. I'll have gloves on, the mask on. Every time.
Put a little mic condom on. Each act has their own mic thing. Change
Okay.
It up. Yep, change it up. We try to do stuff safe.
Yeah.
And then the way we had the room set up too. Normally people that come together sit together. And
that's a smart move too.
right.
How big is the venue? Is it
It only hold. It's small, intimate. Only hold probably 90 people.
90 people.
And that's why we're doing 2 shows.
We do 2 shows,
Clean them out and then bring them back in.
Okay.
And we try to keep it.
Are tickets like RSVP or is it a?
Well, you can call us from Facebook. You can hit us from Facebook, Cash App, Ricky Shackelford, $ Ricky Shackelford, or just hit me on my number. Or Gracie hit it from Facebook and just get the reservation, because we have our basic own following also.
Yeah.
So don't wait to the last minute to say I
Might not
want to
get
go. Saturday. We need this show because that next show coming up is big. It's bigger than Stuttgart, as we used to say in the military.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can get into it because the next show
It's a Friday,
coming up,
October the 8th.
That's right, at the American Legion Hall in Towson. It's going to be 2 shows, but guess who's headlining the show?
I wonder who.
Howard G. and Ricky Shackelford.
Oh, yeah.
We are headlining. See, what y'all don't see is we host the show a lot.
Right.
Now it's time for us to perform.
Okay.
It's time for us to perform because now we in our season, too.
Right.
So when work come up, like you mentioned a minute ago, we got to be prepared for that stuff.
Right.
If you host it all the time, it's a whole different world when you got a headline.
True.
It's a whole. Now, let's tell them about that one situation we had in Towson. That was Cockeysville with the crab feast with 600 people.
What happened?
It's a perfect example. Tell them, G.
Yeah, so I do these craft feasts every year, normally with a company out of Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. So this year they called me last minute. Hey, Howard G, we got about 500 people coming down from New York. They busting people down. New York, Jersey, Boston, Philly, and they all coming down, even Delaware. They coming down, eat crabs. And remind you, you got alcohol, you got crabs, and you got food, and you got a DJ. That's the only thing they come for.
Right,
but they
right.
try to throw comedians up there. So, we had myself, another comedian named JoJo Baby. Shout out to JoJo Baby, and Ricky. So Ricky went up first, had him going, he was doing some old school stuff, and had him into the show. Everything was going fine, and then next thing you know, that crowd started getting a little rowdy. They was getting a little like, whoa, getting a little rowdy up there.
What they were doing, heckling or?
No, they got one better than heckling. They had a mallet.
They got a mallet.
Oh wow, crab mallet, just there.
If you got the mallet,
That's like a gong.
they were like a gong.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's let me jump in a little bit. Here's the thing. When I went out there, because I said, I'm gonna have to get their attention, so I went out there with DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. I'm singing this.
And
now,
he just
right?
passed. He just passed.
Okay.
And I was doing a dedication for
Right.
him,
Yeah.
so that got their attention. The next song got their attention. Then I did a couple jokes. And I said, well, Howard only say do 15 minutes, but I said, we need JoJo Baby.
The feature guy.
But
he's not experienced
Exactly.
as
Okay.
I mean, I got their attention, but when you start hearing the ballad, Joseph said, what did he say? How they
He
cheer
said they
for?
cheer me on. No, they
Joseph said they were cheering him on.
no, they were
Handle the truth.
That's a modern day gong show, Joe.
Damn.
But that was an experience, people don't understand. Because I could feel, I've done a lot of open concerts, a lot of
Yeah.
them. You got to get their attention, first of all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't Chris Rock or somebody.
Right.
And these people are from New York. We them hard
So they
states.
hard.
They
Yeah.
hard. They were
Yeah.
hard, you know.
And you got alcohol.
And alcohol.
Exactly. So they probably
And they were
amped up
partying
10
too.
times.
Yes,
Yeah.
they was
Long
ramped.
bus drive.
They was
Right. Yeah. They
Long.
probably was drinking on the bus, so
Right,
they came
drinking on the
already
bus,
tore
already
up.
tipsy.
Yeah.
They was ready.
And
Beautiful
then
though. It was beautiful.
And then when I came up, so I'm used to them, so I know what to do.
Yeah.
I just did, audience participation, and I got their attention.
Sure.
Did my thing. Thank y'all. Good night. Because I know you can't play with them long. I know it's 15 minutes.
No, they want
Got that hard
party.
laugh. Thank y'all. Good night.
Right.
No, he's
Well,
in reality
preparation,
though.
was that your
but-
approach to the
Oh yeah, I
audience?
know because I do them all.
He do 'em. That's what he do.
I do them every year.
But see, my job was just to get their attention because I want, one thing I caught right around, I said, well, how are we going to get their attention? I mean, it was like a wave of people.
Okay.
When you stand there looking at them like, these
Right.
people they ain't listening to nothing.
Yeah.
And the thing about crab feast, man, they focusing on the crabs.
Right.
I played at some crab
Exactly.
feast, man. We
Yeah.
finished playing the song, and I look up and I'm like, they clapping? No, they cracking
crab
crabs.
time.
They were
Yeah.
partying though. They were partying though. It was a good time though.
Right.
But that we won them over. Everybody was in the right place. That was the whole key.
So how did the headliner do? I mean,
He
how-
was the headline.
I did
See,
my
it was
job.
basically my job was to get the attention.
ready.
Really, the next guy was lack of
Supposed to
experience.
take it to first base.
Right.
Okay.
It's like a baseball game.
Exactly.
Okay.
He set him up.
Set 'em up.
He got him ready. The second guy was supposed to take him to first base, and then I hit the home run and bring everybody home.
Okay.
But
So
I
what
said to
happened? So the
myself,
second guy kinda-
Yeah.
but here's the
Of course.
thing. I said to myself, oh, that's enough. I heard a mallet. Abort. No, Howard. No, Howard.
Yeah.
Howard, no, I heard a mallet.
And it wasn't a chair.
He heard one mallet.
That's worse.
Okay,
Right.
so now I see it. It's like, okay.
Time to take it off, right?
Like, let me get JoJo,
So,
baby.
Okay.
So I see it now. So you start out, well, y'all gonna make me live. So they hype, and then they come up, and then it was like,
They was mellow, but you got to remember, I used so much energy. That full 15 minutes was so much energy to get their attention. But then I said, they ain't paying me that much money.
Right.
You start calculating, like, hold on.
You sabotage. You the one who sabotaged, man. Nobody
That
told you to
wasn't
be that good.
sabotage. I did my part.
Yeah.
Because if I would have went another step, I heard one mallet. Another mallet would come behind it.
So you try to get the hell out of there before those second mallets came.
Come to the stage.
Right.
JoJo, baby.
I think I saw that on Good Times where JJ was on. JJ took Michael Girl by being all extra.
Yeah.
He did, man.
Yeah, but you know, when you're a comic, you know whether they laughing or not.
Yeah.
I used to say, comics say, are they laughing? You should hear whether they laughing.
Yeah, damn right.
You hear silence, that's not laughter, right? You know, but you know, it was good because you might see that situation again.
Yeah.
So you always got to be prepared for it. But that's what we were talking about earlier: preparation. You can't prep for that.
Right.
Only your experience can kick in.
Right,
And you say,
right.
If it ain't right, okay, he's the headliner. I did my part. JoJo got to pull his part.
That must be a lot of adrenaline going through y'all. When
Oh
that
yes,
happens.
because I'm high energy.
Because I'm like thinking,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm high.
thinking, me personally, I would panic. I mean,
Yeah.
I would do that. Well, like that saxophone guy said, man, fuck it. Stop playing.
Drop the mic and you out of there.
Just got him out of there.
You know what I mean?
And so we getting ready, October the 8th. He's headlining the 8 o'clock show. I'm going to headline the 10:30 show. And, of course, we're going to have our
Don't
boys,
forget where you come from.
DJ Nick, going to be there.
It's amazing.
Ricky came with that line because he always say that. You never forget where you come from.
Yeah.
And I remember years ago when I did Showtime Apollo, and we had our grand viewing at Gatsby nightclub. So everybody was watching me on Apollo, and
Right.
everybody was packed and all that stuff. So at the show with all everybody watching me, clap my hand, shake my hand, and hey, how would you did good on Apollo? Blah, blah, blah. Ricky came to me and said something that made me think for the rest of my life. All right, you did Apollo. What you gonna do next?
Yeah.
Because
But I
know
like that because you always have to keep elevating your game.
You have
Right.
to.
Yeah.
But one of the things, we done trained so many comedians, that's why this is an anniversary show.
Okay.
I don't want people to not be misled. We think we should get the whole town supporting this.
Definitely.
You put 20-something years into something.
Right.
We know who planted that seed. A lot of these guys floating around, I ain't going to mention no names because it's not important, but, they should support what we do.
Yeah.
Because we set it off. We was in the trenches. We started with small crowds at Gatsby. After some weekends, you couldn't even get upstairs.
Couldn't
It
get
was
upstairs,
so packed.
so
Okay.
It was 2 nights, Friday.
Right.
Okay, what am I? Oh no, you just want to submit.
You know he old, man. I mean, come on, he old. He done talked about how old he
I
is.
know. I gotta pee now. Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Y'all gave me some water. Every time I hear running water, I gotta pee.
Oh man.
So with this theme, don't forget where you come from. Can you remind people you guys
here's the
are you
thing.
guys Baltimore, DC? I know y'all
Well, we
reaches
both Baltimore.
the whole DMV.
That theme came from my stand-up, growing up on welfare. That's where I came from. Growing up in the projects, people had roaches. I knew that ones had. I was a paper boy, so I was always into people's houses. That really kind of made it easier for me to perform because I was always around. My business has always been paper boy. You're dealing with people, a management. You're dealing with. I managed the airport at 21, 22 years old. So I'm always dealing with people. So this is just a reminder that hey, look, you have to have something for the young people. A lot of them forget where they come from. They forgot when you sit down at McDonald's and discuss about how to do stand-up comedy. They forget real quick. Once they get an act, they forget who got them started. We had that conversation with a young lady. We ain't even gonna say her name, but we kind of felt like, come on, y'all owe us something.
Right.
But but once again, here's the thing. That's Baltimore.
Yeah, it is.
Baltimore don't care. Who cares? If the Ravens would have won the other night, everybody been happy.
Everybody, absolutely.
If they lose, they the worst team you ever seen. Come on. That's Baltimore.
And we all know, like they always say, if you can make it in Baltimore, you can make it anywhere.
I do
That's
believe
why we
that.
go out of town, we tear places up and get stand ovations or rip and do a hard set. because this city trained us.
Baltimore is hard.
Made you ready.
It's hard, yeah.
Mallets on the table, shit. You don't get that nowhere.
and then Rick and I, we started out. We used to work for this guy named Dave Herman years back, who booked all these white clubs, white bars. I mean, you talking rednecks who ain't never saw a black comedian before.
Okay.
And so we had to go in there and we trained them and had to work our way through them. And going to Ocean City. Ricky used to go do Ocean City every year. Go down there for 3-4 months. I had to stop because I had a family. I couldn't keep staying there all the time. And so I was like, he's down there dealing, white folks. That's why you got to be a mainstream comic.
You got to have a crossover.
Yeah.
Be able to, cross over. Because trust me, these rappers, they trying to say they true to the game and trying to be hard and stuff. They want to be crossover. Like, they want that Kanye money. They want that.
Right.
They want that, what's the light-skinned boy? Drake. They want that Drake money. Trust me. They don't want their record sales only be local and other stuff. They want a hit song that they can go perform everywhere where everybody know them. Trust me, just sell 67 million. They try to act like I'm true
that
to
they're
the
not
game.
pressed.
They sell out. They call them sellouts.
Yeah,
please,
because you ain't making that money.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to cross over. Trust me.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I've been watching a lot of hip hop movies like Straight Outta Compton. I love that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
I can play that movie all day long because what those guys went through. I have so much respect for Ice Cube now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But look at him now. He's a changed person.
Yeah.
He ain't that same Ice Cube.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
My kids don't know the NWA Ice Cube.
Sure.
Okay.
And I got a 23-year-old. She has no idea about the Ice Cube that I know.
Right.
She has no idea.
Sure. But one of the things Howard mentioned too, you got to cross over. I mean, I started in Seattle, Washington before I came back here. I did comedy in Baltimore, but wasn't nothing going on. I went to the military, wasn't no jobs, the Nanya, got in the service, ended up in Tacoma, Washington, started back in Seattle, Tacoma, Seattle, same area. So, but the point is, I had to learn how to cross over. Now, the humor there was more perceptive than the East Coast.
Yeah.
That you can make them laugh by just doing stupid stuff.
What does that mean exactly, more perceptive?
Meaning they was more gauged to laugh on the silly stuff.
Gotcha.
We would think it's silly, or just make it a face or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With the East Coast, your face better be them punchlines.
Right.
Your punchlines better be funny. So I almost had to change my whole act.
Yeah.
Coming from west to east. You know what I mean? But it taught me, that, this business ain't to be played with. A lot of these comics, and I want to say this to them, travel. Because you ain't gonna grow if you just.
That's true. Yeah.
You see if you funny other states. You see if you funny. I knew I was funny when I got a chance to perform at an Indian wedding reception.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow.
All Indian. I mean, I'm talking. No, not that Indian. I'm talking about the 7-Eleven Indian. Welcome to 7-Eleven.
Wow, that was.
I mean, it had to be like 200 something people. A guy, he saw me somewhere. He hired me. He said, "Now I want you to perform at my wedding reception." I said, "For real?" I said, "Yeah." I'll get there. I mean, you could tell I was different.
Yeah.
They knew I wasn't one of them. I had that good hair. I had the skin color, but I had that slug.
Some of them are darker than us.
Yeah,
they dark enough. They still got that good hair though. They still got that silky
Right, your hair gave you away.
Yeah. So, man, I tore that place up, man. It was like, wow.
Did you have to change the material in any way?
No, it was they understand English and everything. I just was improvising and stuff like that. I said, how many of y'all? I did some racist jokes. How many of y'all 7-Eleven owners? Stuff like that.
No, you didn't.
And they laughed. And look, but I did a thing about how many of y'all doctors too. And I bet
okay.
A lot of them were doctors too. And they making good money. You gotta believe it. It was
how many of y'all in IT?
Right. It had been about 50 people's hands went up to doctors and nurses in the nursing field.
Yeah.
So,
they believe in getting that education. They ain't to be played. But it's funny because I did a Jewish thing with the bar mitzvah. There was what the kid the Jewish.
When they become 13.
16. 16.
No, it's 13.
That is the 13. Yeah.
But
that is the bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah, yeah. But these kids, they wasn't getting it. They were so smart. My humor wasn't wasn't upgraded.
It wasn't
enough.
okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
You know, I was going back to my textbook. Wait, you don't like green eggs and ham?
So it sounds like y'all got to do your research before.
Sure.
You know, no matter what the, you know, like you said, you going to Indian.
People asking me who's that with that deep voice. I gotta show them.
I know.
That's
Right.
Pipes.
Call them Pipes.
That's Pipes.
All I want him to say is "Merry Christmas from the Temptations."
Can you
Merry
hit
Christmas
that?
from the Temptations.
Shut it now.
It's my mind.
Don't tell me how I would get ready to bust out in the song.
I didn't know he could sing.
Hey, y'all
I've been with him 30 years. Don't you?
y'all putting all these other people. Put me on.
Put me on. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. But y'all had to prepare, you know, and it's like you had to do your research.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
and like I said, I keep bringing it up is people think, okay, I'm gonna just go up there and say mother jokes to, you know, it's a craft
Well,
that y'all
here's
have
the
to
thing.
continue to work on, right?
When I got a contract at Ocean City, I was there for 5 years. What I learned from Ocean City, 3 shows a night. Think about what I'm saying. You get tired of doing your jokes. So you had to create something to keep them laughing, like we always say, which I learned to improv. Improvisation gave me a whole different act.
Gotcha.
And some people going to like improv, some not going to like it. But as a comic, you get tired of saying the same jokes. You know, you can create a new one here and there. But what I'm saying, the improvisation, with me being an all-around comedian with impressions and singing, see, my act is an all-around act. I created it because I wanted to work Vegas.
Right,
But
okay.
before you go there,
Sure,
for the
sure.
folks that don't know, what's the definition of improv? When you
Improv
say
is just creating stuff from the top of your head. Like
Okay.
you throw a subject out there, I can take and elaborate off that subject to make it. I'll find something funny in that subject.
Basically, what we be doing all night.
That's what
so.
we do.
Hello.
Thank you, Howard.
Say that one, Alice.
Right. He was
Saved
saving
by the
that
bell.
one up. Right, again.
Hey,
So, but
sometimes-
Howard, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
With the commercials, the Kiss My Bumper, did that help you cross over, or had you already crossed over by then?
I had already crossed over once I met Ricky. He was already training me to get ready for mainstream anyway, because he knew that this Baltimore ghetto stuff is not going to be
It's
long.
not, yeah.
And even in the Def Jam era, I mean, think about all the comedians that did Def Jam and the ones who crossed over. Dave Chappelle has already crossed over.
Right.
Chris Rock was already a mainstream comic. And what they did was they did Def Jam anyway to build their confidence up. But they was already mainstream. They was already working the right
Right,
thing. They was already
right.
known in the right thing. A lot of black comedians, black people didn't know who Dave Chappelle was until Def Jam.
Right, right.
And they didn't, all the movies he did.
I was going to say he had did a couple of
he did
movies
a whole
before
bunch
Def
of movies
Jam.
and
Yeah.
stuff. And even Chris Rock. They didn't know who Chris Rock was until Def Jam. And so, you know, you had to get prepared and get ready because, see, even with me, I like he brought me over to mainstream. I told him about how to do these plays.
Okay.
That's why we
Sure.
did Sarah and the Sun. It's like one hand sharp the other, and teach your hand.
Yeah.
And I told him that when you get to this play arena, these stage plays, that's another whole
It's- yeah,
ball game.
definitely.
Yeah, but I want to
Definitely.
piggyback off what he was saying about crossover. People don't understand the mainstream really is where the work is.
Yeah.
Right? That's where the work is. Think about black comedy for a minute. Tell me a black comedy club in Baltimore. Zero.
Sure.
And it's like that all around.
And that's crazy.
It is crazy,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
We got our own
if you
self to
don't
blame for
learn
that.
how
Yeah.
to cross over, you're limiting where you're going to go.
Exactly.
You're going to limit. So that's why, because I came from mainstream, where I'm working mainstream, then I ran right into Def Jam. I wasn't ready for Def Jam because I was already mainstream.
And then Def Jam probably told him, like they told my sister years ago when she auditioned, she wasn't Def Jam enough.
Sure.
Yeah, because they told her jokes wasn't ghetto or hard enough to be on Def Jam.
Okay.
My sister, I'm sorry, we didn't grow up in the hood. We didn't grow up in the projects. My father worked at Beverly Hills Steel. My mother worked for the government. We had Cadillacs.
That all
We had
sounds good, Howard, but y'all live near Mondawmin. Now, come on. Let's
Yeah, we
Tell
had
the
a single
truth and
family
shame the
house
devil.
though. A single family house. Well, a backyard,
Dominant is.
and a side yard.
So let me clear this shit up. Yeah.
That's right. And my father drove a Cadillac, Eldorado,
Yeah.
with the wheel on the back, baby.
But we had a car.
I went to 9 proms, and every time I went to a prom, I was in a different car. Hello.
They call rental cars, Howard.
It wasn't rental. People thought we was there.
Everybody was renting
They
cars.
thought my father was a drug dealer.
Oh, man.
I used to
Yeah,
drive
the-
the car to school.
Yeah, the caddy with the curb feel.
Right. That's right. The curve feel on it. We had an LTD. We had a Lincoln Continental, blacks, with a sunroof. Man.
Okay, how would I believe you?
Okay,
Goddamn.
Ricky, he just went through the whole shebang, didn't he? Yeah.
But that absolutely floors me how they say you're not raunchy enough for that show.
Yeah,
You know,
but
that's
you got
just a shame.
Well, they have they have a criteria. Yeah.
That's a shame.
because Def Jam is straight from the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got something they can relate to with punchlines straight, because I didn't train really to do Def Jam or black comedy.
Okay.
My thing was trained for mainstream because that's where the money was. That's where the work was.
Right.
And then you got to remember, Def Jam just came along. BET came along. You know, what was going before that? Mainstream. So
yeah.
I didn't target. I'm telling you, it was like hitting a brick wall when I had to do the auditions for Def Jam. And because I'm thinking, talking about hack drivers and all that in Baltimore, they didn't even get that when I did the audition in Columbia.
Wow.
You know, like, okay, it's just jokes. But it's just because, you know, you're relating, and I wasn't relating enough. I mean, I wanted to bail out because I wasn't
You wasn't, yeah.
But once we got into Gatsby's nightclub, see, that made us hard. That made us, hey, like, you know, we can talk that nigga stuff now. You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that in mainstream. See, that's the whole different.
Yeah.
You start using that N-word, you ain't coming back. They don't want to hear it.
But now I gotta say, the new mainstream is catching up now.
Yeah, they are.
What do you call it, millenniums?
Millennium,
and all that.
yeah.
So this new group that's coming out, they know who.
But you want it.
are.
But they had to train to get to that.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a transition.
Right.
Because when I first started, no, you're not going out like that. But now, because now you look at the Comedy Factory, they got D.L. Hughley, they got all the black comics that made it.
Right.
Bruce, they all go there now. I think it's a black comedy club.
Right. It's a black comic club.
And white folks running it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the point is, like I said, back when I was coming, you couldn't get in there. You know, when I first started, till I came and started, I said, look, I want to headline these rooms. That's when I went to Tracy's, the bowling.
Right.
They call it Cellies now.
Yeah,
Once I did
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I tightened up my act a little bit. I think I headlined. How many times do you think you headlined Comedy Factory?
I used to headline it almost twice a year.
Yeah,
Used to back in the day.
Yeah, I know I've been in there
Always took it over.
when it was $5 to get in.
Right.
Got me snorking. A lot of years though, but you know, that part of the comedy that a lot of young people don't realize, we, not just us, a lot of comedians paved the way for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's y'all turn now. Y'all got to be better than we were. You know what I mean? Keep it going. I don't think there will ever be a black comedy club in Baltimore. I really don't.
Has there ever been?
Well, here's the reason why. Baltimore is a selfish town.
We're very selfish.
They're very selfish.
Yeah.
They don't want to see him get ahead, you get ahead. That's just how Baltimore is.
And not only that,
They're not going to support
in
anything
Baltimore,
you do.
DC is a lot better, but I think Baltimore is, the entertainment dollar only goes so far.
Yeah, but DC don't even have a black comedy club. They might do a comedy night,
Right.
But they don't have let's go to the weekends at the comedy club.
Yeah.
Their comedy club would be the Improv there. You know, if they have a black act, because Tony Woods just did something there, a good friend. But what I'm saying is this here, wow, as funny as black comedians is, look at the people that have paved the way.
Yeah.
We don't have a black comedy club. You can't even name. I think Florida got one. That boy books it down there. That boy Larry, the Neff cousin or somebody books it.
So why is that? Is it the talent, or is it the organization or the management?
It's the
why
support.
Is it?
It's the support,
Okay.
yeah.
So support will come from the patrons, right?
Right, the patrons. That's why Atlanta got 2 or 3 of them.
Atlanta,
Right.
There's more black people down there, and the mindset is totally different.
That's
From Atlanta, people are set to uplift their own.
That's true.
You know, where Baltimore is like a crab. That's why they say we have a crab mentality.
Well, and they refer to Atlanta as the black Mecca because
Sure.
people are constantly supporting each other. It's
And
like
you'd be surprised how many people from Baltimore live there now.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
DC or wherever, they don't get up out of here. But
Right.
I don't know. But you know, I just don't see it. I just things don't change like you think they are. People think that, because overnight things should change. No, they don't change.
Yeah, it takes time.
We're still fighting over the same thing we've been talking about for 40 years or 100 years. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
To me, there's got the entrepreneurs. You look at Oprah. You look at Tyler Perry. These guys got money. But their mindsets are bigger than that. They're bigger than that. They ain't got time to fool with that.
Yeah.
But if I had that money, now I think David Chappelle got a comedy club in Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yes, he got his own because he talked
Why
about
Ohio?
It was it
I
wasn't
was
it like a jazz? He was because I think he had bands coming to perform
Yeah,
at that.
He would have,
Yeah, he-
the band
Pop
for
artist.
the night show.
Yeah.
They would come and
The
stuff
Roots.
like that. And then which car got it? He turned his backyard into a comedy club.
Oh, you talking about
Pierre.
Pierre from DC.
Yeah, he turned his own house. He got a house with 2-3 acres.
Yeah.
He turned his backyard into a comedy club.
Okay.
And he do it right in the backyard. He have drinks and he have servers and seats and everything, and they perform outside in his backyard at night.
Wow.
So that's something different. I think if it rains, they got a tent and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
So is the improv out LA, is that still a mainstay where people kind of, because I was watching this thing not too long ago, how that used to be where people kind of cut their teeth at, to work on their materials.
You talking about the comedy store?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Comedy
that-
Factory or whatever.
No,
it
it's
is.
called a comedy store, not
Comedy
a
store.
factory.
Okay.
Ain't a factory, bro.
Okay.
It's a comedy store.
Thank you.
I'm trying to help you, bro.
I appreciate it.
You can help me with some words, but I know it ain't called the comedy. I know it ain't the comedy factory. But the comedy store is where the big boys go. They, you know, what's his name? George Lopez. These guys, and they can walk in and snatch the mic anytime they want
anytime they
Okay.
want.
because they got names.
They got
Right.
names. Yeah.
So if you want to list,
And that's every night, right?
yeah,
And
because
any
whenever,
given night.
especially when they ready to go out and perform, they go in there. Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, they might stop in and work on new material while they got a crowd, and they'll get up there and do 45 minutes or an hour. And nobody
Okay.
gonna say nothing.
They
They
don't
gonna
say
take no mic from them, nothing. You just saw, you go somewhere and just see, Jay Leno and these guys, come out and do. What's the guy that had his own show? Old Jewish guy. Not Raymond. Oh God, the guy.
The boy that everybody loves Raymond Hill.
Not him, but the other one that had his own show.
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Okay.
He'll stop in because now he's great going tour, I believe, with Dave Chappelle.
Really?
Wow, yeah, I saw that too.
What are you going to talk about?
Well,
plenty.
Seinfeld's funny.
He's
very
funny.
funny.
Yeah, he's very funny.
But,
Yeah.
but also you got to remember Seinfeld got a following.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
being on the what was it with Seinfeld? He was on
His
his show.
His show, yeah.
Right.
But being on that, but also he was always a popular comic.
Yeah, he's
And
funny.
he was. I think he fell in the era right behind Rodney Dangerfield.
Mm-hmm.
He was behind him. So it's really his time. It's time. George Lopez. It's his
Mm-hmm.
time. You see, these guys, they've been out there 30, 40 years.
And
Yeah.
see, with George Lopez, not only does he got his own people, with him, Mexicans and stuff, and Latino people, he got a lot of blacks like
Sure.
him. I think.
Right.
So
Yeah.
You got that both following like that. That's why they was trying to do another Kings of Comedy, and I think they wanted George Lopez. They were going to send out Lavelle Crawford. They were going to send out all these other people. And he trying to put it together. It was actually going to take place before COVID hit, and then they had to stop production on it. So they might do it again now.
Well, tell me what y'all think about this, and I don't know if this is just my observation, but it seems as though, like when you have when it comes to black comedians, and we're talking about the top of the line, it's always one at a time. It was like Cat Williams, and then
Kevin Hart,
then Kevin Hart,
yeah.
and you know what I mean?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, but it goes.
This is what I call it. It's white or white social white media can only allow
it feel that way.
One of
Yeah.
our black comedians rise at
One
a time.
field nigga at
And
a
I feel,
time.
but you know what?
That's it.
I saw
That's
but think about even in the music business,
Yeah.
it was that way. It was like Anita Baker, and then who put Anita Baker out of business? Tony Braxton,
Right.
Yeah.
and it was
I know Whitney Houston was
Erykah
in there somewhere.
Badu, but then Jill Scott. You can't have Erykah Badu and Jill Scott at the same time.
For singers,
It's
it's a little
weird.
differently because the fact that, especially
Record
the female
companies.
singers, they have their own cult following. Like
True.
about it, they got.
But
their
it seems
cult
like
following.
the companies promote it, but I kind of saw the same parallels with comedians. It seemed like there's always one at a time
Right.
that could sell out arenas. We're talking about at that
Right.
stage. At that stage, I mean, what do you guys think about
Well,
that?
I was actually watching. So we on this topic. I was watching Whitney Houston, the documentary, just yesterday, and that's what the problem she had. They, who was the boy's name? The crazy ass.
Bobby.
No, not Bobby. The pastor always Al Sharpton.
Right.
He dogged her out, thinking that she was too white back when she started. But I listened to her mother say, we talking to her for better. You come from a family of Dionne Warwick, and
Sissy Houston, and
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's my whole point. They basically wanted her to be top notch in mainstream again.
Right.
Whether we like it or not, I don't care what nobody say. Whitney Houston can sing, but black folks hated Whitney. When they showed it on the actual, they were at the award show. That's how she met Bobby Brown, and he was sitting there tapping her on the back. And when they said the next winner and I think it was Anita Baker won, and she was so upset because when they said Whitney Houston, they booed her. I'm like, are you all serious?
But we are more critical of our own. I mean, if you act different, then they say you act white. I mean, we're all not the same, but in our community, we are judged by being different.
But I would guarantee.
I'm sorry. But with Whitney Houston, it was like for 5 straight years she had. Her albums were soundtracks to movies.
Yeah,
sure.
Bodyguard, this person, Preacher's Wife.
And that was the one changed everything. The Bodyguard. When she did that kiss with
Kevin Costner.
Kevin, it changed everything.
Damn right.
It changed everything.
Every Sunday was like music from the motion picture soundtrack, and she did all the music. It was like at least 3 or 4 movies in a row.
Well, I want to say this. That's why I used to love Prince so much. Prince didn't give a damn.
He didn't.
Damn what you think.
Yeah.
He said he don't care. He always say he don't care if you don't like my music.
Come on, please.
Because he made it for him.
Right, he made it for himself.
Yeah.
That's what. Remember the bar in the movie? The manager said that.
Yeah.
He said, your music ain't nothing but for you. You don't care if people like it or not. He said, nobody gets your music. They didn't. He don't care.
He could get up there and
But
say,
then you're never disappointed because you make it for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the game of this business is called make money. And listen, my audience is white. They paying me. You got to understand, you can't please everybody.
Absolutely.
You can forget all that. You can throw it out the door.
Yeah.
Prince was right for the time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for Prince, Morris Day and them wouldn't be as hot as they were.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because I know they was opening up for him a lot.
Yeah.
But they came to see Prince.
And Prince, Morris Day did a story, I think it was Unsung or whatever he did on BET, and he was telling how they used to bump heads all the time. But Morris was a hell of a writer too, and he would write some of the stuff, and they would give each other songs, give each other music, and stuff like that. And he was like, "No, you need to sing this song." And because Morris, with that one, 7-7-93
93-11, yeah.
That wasn't Morris wasn't supposed to sing that.
Oh, really?
Prince told him and said, "No, you're going to sing it. You need to sing lead." And then he ended up singing lead. But you know, all that music came out of that Minneapolis sound. They definitely had a sound. No different than the DC.
They definitely had a sound. And so many people came out of that. I mean, just thinking of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I mean, they lifted each other up. You don't really see a whole lot of that now.
And those guys were hell of producers.
Yes, Lord.
Janet Jackson album.
So who's the top comedian right now? I mean, is
Kevin
it
Hart.
Kevin Hart still?
Yeah. I mean, that's the easy one. Kevin.
As far as movies and box office,
Kevin.
Yeah.
He on everything.
Who could sell out an arena?
He on arena easy. Stadiums, not arenas.
Stadiums.
Who's selling stadiums now?
But I'm gonna say
Dave
this.
Chappelle right behind him though.
But I'm gonna say this here. See, in this business, you know, he could be the top, but there's some guys making just as much money, like Tracy Morgan, for example. People don't give Tracy credit, but every time I see a movie, Tracy is in that movie.
Yeah.
So you ain't gotta always have the big picture. Just stay in the game. That's
Plus,
all
he had that syndicated show, so that means
Sure.
he's going to consistently get paid because that show went into syndication.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the part of the game is just stay in the business. That's,
Yeah.
You know.
Right. And don't plant all your seeds in one basket. That's why we, branch out and doing stage plays and writing, directing. Because I do it all. I don't turn up and down my collar. I'm directing the latest play now.
Since you're mentioning that, we're gonna start rehearsal soon with the stage play again.
Right.
Once we
looking for
see
actors.
comedians.
Sanford and Son.
Right, I was going to ask about that. So you all are revitalizing the Sanford and Son.
Right.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that.
Yes.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that.
Oh, y'all can't see it?
Yeah, they was there.
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely did.
What y'all come to Sunday show or the Saturday show?
I think it was Saturday.
It was Saturday, yeah.
Okay.
But you know, it was a play that brought this city together, and you got to remember, we didn't. Most of that work was on the ground.
It was.
This wasn't no the radio and
Right.
all that.
Right.
Money for all that.
And you know, like right after the
gotta
show,
tell me
y'all came out in the lobby, was greeting. You know what I mean?
Hey,
It
it's
was
funny how God worked, because y'all know the following weekend, that's when COVID hit too.
I know.
Yeah,
All stuff shut
yeah,
down.
Sure was.
Everything shut down. Everything shut down.
Y'all gonna hate what I'm gonna say, but I'm glad COVID did happen for this reason, because it gave people a chance to reflect. You know how easy we got it sometimes.
That's
we
true.
Think we got
I
it too
agree.
easy. We don't appreciate the little things that we have. You know, so I'm not saying for people losing lives and all that ain't what I'm
Right.
talking about. Sometimes we get too selfish. I hate that. You know, and complain so much. Damn it, stop complaining so
Yeah.
much. I can't stand it.
But I agree. I think it put a lot of things in perspective.
Yes.
I think it made you appreciate
Come on now.
what you had because outside was locked down. So you take that for granted. Now you got to stay in the house. People marriages probably fell apart because they
Lockdown.
realized they didn't like one another. You know,
Let me tell you,
I ain't like
Jackie,
your ass anyway.
The hard part
I
for me,
told my girl, stay to work.
See,
the hard part for me was sports. When I couldn't watch no
Right.
sports,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my wife was like, "Please put sports on," because he keep asking me. He keep asking me how was my day. I was like, she ain't like
you was running out of conversation,
He's
dude.
watching reruns of old games.
oh my god,
1968, when Joe Namath first came as a water
Right,
boy.
right.
We joke about that, but literally, at one point, I was watching the sports channel, and they was playing video games, sports video games.
Right.
And I was watching that, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're playing a daggone video game and putting it on the sports channel, and I was watching it.
Well, one of the things it taught me with this pandemic is to adapt. You know, we weren't so busy that we couldn't adjust, and that's what we did. We continued to do a show, didn't we? We
Yep.
kept producing a show
Okay.
and preached to them about mask and all the distance and the whole nine.
We took a while. I mean, we didn't start right away. We came out. Our first show was probably September, October of that same year. We ain't do it during the
Again, it's
pandemic.
been 2 years, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We ain't do it during the pandemic, but we came back out. We told people, social distance and,
Yeah.
and wash your hands and we had hand sanitizer. We did everything right, and
Yeah, we was kind of wondering what that was going to look like, because remember we had a couple comedians on,
Yeah.
and it was a virtual where they logged in and they were talking, and I think no one knew what this was gonna happen, how it was gonna play out,
Sure.
and people were thinking about was even mentioning about doing virtual. You know how like when they was having these DJs doing these virtual performances.
But that was a hard flick for me.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't feel the audience.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what
Exactly.
you're used to.
They put
yeah.
me. I did a party for some girl, and it took them 45 minutes to get the equipment together. Now
So you actually did some virtual.
Yeah, I did a couple, but what I'm saying is, if you put a delay an hour for a comment, my worst feeling is waiting.
Yeah.
I'm an on-time individual. That's who that's how I roll. Then you got me waiting for an hour now. You want me to be funny? Y'all ain't get this. I'm like, where Nick at when we need him?
And then
Yeah, you did.
You be
yeah.
out like a fat rat.
and then there's no energy from the crowd.
No energy, and I mean,
Yeah.
you just got like 10 people just looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not going far. It was.
I actually enjoyed the virtual
Sure.
shows.
You said you did Zoom stuff.
I did, because I would flip through the pages and look at everybody and crack water and stuff like that. And I actually enjoyed it. And, make quick money right there in front of
That's
your
it.
house.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta leave nowhere. I had my stuff set up. I had a mic stand.
So you were able to roast people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
I had
what
a
Big
mic
Mama
stand.
was
I had
saying.
my light. I got my little light like that, little circle light, and it looked real professional. And then even Ricky, he would have his backdrop up and behind
Okay.
him and stuff like that, make it like a real show. So
You had to reinvent yourself for the
reinvent
time.
yourself.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So it was a lot of. Did you guys have a lot of opportunities to do that? Or?
Well, I didn't care. I could have ended that night for me because it's not a good feeling when you can't feel
You
it.
can't, because you're used to that vibe from the crowd.
One thing about how being a DJ, he's used to equipment and all.
Yeah.
This is where I panic. Y'all need to get this right. I'm freaking. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Well, he did one version show, and the ladies, they kept turning him off. They kept turning the mic off while he telling
You had
jokes.
older
that's why it's
people.
embarrassing. I'm like, it was like a family
technical.
reunion. Type
Okay.
Technical difficult. Yeah, because there was a lot of people who was doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did an 80th virtual party for my dad.
Right.
And I had like slides and people, and people were, it's like, some people were like, Am I on? Turn your mic on. It was exactly. So I was curious to know, how that worked for you guys, and especially with trying to feed off that energy. But it seems like you had a better chance of adapting.
Oh yeah, I'll put it this way to you. I don't care how bad it get. Wear your mask.
Yeah.
I'd rather have an audience with masks on. You can hear them murdering, laughing.
Yeah.
Then that virtual stuff is just pushed too far. Because with a comic, you got to feel that crowd. Now we did a couple talent shows. Remember the girls had us do them talent shows?
Right.
They were nice. They had different talent come on. All we basically did was host the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was on the talent after that. You're on your own.
Right.
Don't blame me. No, but it's been an experience, though. We can't forget this.
Any gospel hip hop artists in that talent?
He's still true about that guy.
I'm just saying, my man cleaned it up, man. They was like they was dropping the ball, and he was like the man, especially the saxophone man. He was sitting at the table, and he was like. But like I said, that's the professionals that you guys are.
That's
man.
the life you chose.
Hey,
it ain't easy.
Maybell, shout out to Maybell. She just got on. She was in the play Sanford Son. She played
Esther.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Esther.
Well, we gone too long, ain't we?
Yeah. How long is this show? It's like we
got
2 hours.
1 minute.
We got 1 minute. So
All
right, once
make
again,
it quick.
Don't forget this Saturday. We're going to be at the Cafe 12. 2 shows, 8 and 10:30. If you want tickets, hit myself up, Howard G. Gaskins on Facebook, or hit Ricky up, Ricky Shackelford, and get your ticket. We do have Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. What else they got out? I take it everything, baby. Venmo. I take it all. Cash. Food stamps.
But
money orders.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, yeah.
But also, don't forget our anniversary show, too.
Don't forget where you come from, baby.
October the 8th is important,
Friday night.
Come on out because, like I said, I think I can speak for both of us. We deserve it.
That's right.
Sometimes people don't give you what you earn. Sometimes you got to take it.
That's right.
And I think we've done our
give
job.
back to us.
That's right. Give back to Howard G. and Ricky Shackelford. We've been in the trenches. If it wasn't for us, a lot of you guys wouldn't have had that door to go through.
Right.
We were there and we saw this.
And that's Friday, 2 shows, 8 and 10:30, and that's going to be at the Towson American Legion in Towson, 125 York Road. 125 York Road.
And outside of these 2 dates, I mean, y'all regularly post y'all events on y'all pages.
Yep, on Facebook and on Instagram.
So whenever
Ask
we need to listen,
Howard G.
Whenever we need to come out and have a good time, just hit there, look for the information. Like I said, we got 2 legends. When I say legends, I don't take that lightly. They paved the way and did a lot of work. What you're seeing is a product, but what you don't see is the work that they put into their craft.
Right.
No, and we appreciate you guys too, and we enjoyed this evening. It's like family. It's like
it's good. Jackie wasn't talking all sex. Normally I'm on here. They talk about clitoris and cunts and sperm and all that stuff. This is one time it was a different pace.
Run with it.
A different pace.
We had to get you.
Look, she tried to go there, but we brought it back to comedy because she was trying to go. She was trying to go there. So how many of y'all like y'all buttholes licked out? Hey, look,
what show was that?
He gonna be on that deacon list now. He gonna be in the timeout.
My goodness, girl, when do you go on menopause?
Right? Do you get a menopause?
No,
I think it passed me. I just got the hot flashes.
You got through it. You ain't touched it, huh?
Yeah,
can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
Damn.
But I appreciate you guys. I mean, I know that every time I call on you, y'all gonna make it happen for me. So I definitely appreciate the loyalty.
That's right.
Well, I want to say this here, and I have to always say this. People don't give us enough credit, but I appreciate my partner. He don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand that we've been through the war.
Right.
When I say that, we had the ups, we had the highs and lows, but God kept us together.
Yep.
And that's why we still. And for Baltimore, that's unusual.
Yeah.
Look, Drew Hill ain't still together.
Right.
Who else?
Y'all stood the test of time, but y'all have good
Yeah.
energy between you. I like how you pick up where he leaves
Sure.
off. Yeah,
Right.
I think that's amazing, and you don't find that.
That's why you come out and
Peaches
see
and
his
herb.
headline because she's just hosting. Come out and see us tell some jokes for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, come out and see us use that platform to show these young people that's like the new comedians how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
what
sir.
I like one thing we talked about earlier with profanity. I'm only catering the crowd. Oh, is it time to go, Nick?
Damn, Nick.
I'm only catering the crowd that's in front of me. So if they're gonna go with the blue, I'll stay with the blue.
Yeah.
But comedy is so simple because it's only timing and delivery. You don't have to be so dirty to be funny to get the joke over.
You could be
Exactly.
Bill Cosby or Bill Bellamy.
Either
Right.
one, but I think they're going to enjoy it.
And
dress,
real quick-
but say I want them to dress up too.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
what
all
I'm saying.
yes.
It's our
Dress
event,
up.
so you
Yeah.
should dress up.
Right.
Yeah.
And look,
Superheroes.
Val made a good point. Shout out to Val Jenkins. She came to the play, and she said every time she think about Sanford and Son, she was there in front row seats.
Yes,
She's
she
thinking
was.
about Vaughn Mason.
Vaughn Mason.
Because
Yeah.
Vaughn Mason, her and Vaughn, that's the thing, she sat next to Vaughn Mason when she was on the same row with him.
Yes.
And we took some pictures, and we lost Vaughn Mason due to COVID 2 weeks right after the play.
Right
came.
after the play.
Right.
Wow.
So,
You know Vaughn Mason is right. Bounce, skate,
Bounce, yeah, roll, bounce.
skate.
Yeah.
And Jackie
Oh.
go, yeah.
everybody took that beat.
Everybody, yeah,
Everybody
that was
that
at
mother
every
took that
party,
He
man.
couldn't go to
Every
the roller
party.
skating ring.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
He was out of
Skate
town.
ring. Oh, I know about
He
it.
grew up. He
Yeah.
grew up in Cockeysville, so he wouldn't know.
That's a Mondawmin thing.
Yeah.
I know. I remember rhythm skate, shake and bake.
Yeah, but that was, it was our time to see him, And
Yeah.
I'm glad he came to the
Came
play. And
eventually, he was supposed to be in the play. He was going to play.
he was
Yeah.
gonna
Play great.
He was gonna play great. He had to
Okay.
play.
Play great in the play.
But I think Vaughn thought he was too big for that. What
Yeah,
you
his
mean?
schedule started conflicting too much.
Yeah, because we have a lot of people in this town that could have fit in that play perfect. But the ones that was there was the ones that's supposed to be there.
It was
Wow.
amazing.
It was
Yeah,
well
was
And we try to
really-
get everybody's character to look just like the real character.
right.
I had to compliment them guys. They did a real good job, and it was a tug of war. But you got to go through something to make it happen. Sometime, it ain't going to be perfect, but everybody did an excellent job.
Right.
Maybe I'll tell them all because I know you will.
That's right. And shout out to my sister Sheila. She directed
Oh,
it.
don't forget the director.
Because I couldn't.
yeah.
I couldn't. I'm normally directing plays. I can't be in plays and direct at the same
direct,
time.
yeah.
It's very hard for me to do both.
I was kind of blown away the way you did Lamont though, because I mean, he nailed them.
did, yeah,
we
he
were
did.
driving to New Jersey, and that's when we came up with the idea
Right.
of Sanford and Son.
Sanford
and Okay. Son.
Because I'm the grouchy one, Red Fox, and Lamont, he's
Yeah.
passive, he's easy
Well,
going
He's
guy.
easy
give yourself
going,
credit
yeah.
as well because I mean you sitting in that chair as Fred Sanford. Man, I mean y'all, the chemistry between y'all was.
But I'm gonna
was
say
on
this
point.
here.
Come on, Pop.
Come on, dummy. That's your problem, dummy. You don't let me talk enough.
Come on, Pop. Take your medicine, Pop.
So when I get home, I got a joint.
Man, that was so good. We really enjoyed
y'all
it.
bringing back that.
But I want to say this too.
And I already started writing part 2.
Part 2. But
Okay.
this is what I want to say on the conclusion of that Sanford and Son is, boy, if we would have kept it for a year, this thing would have been
Travel all
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, it takes time.
Look, they
to
were
get-
pursuing us. Somebody, one of Sanford Son's kids or somebody.
Esther did. Look, Esther did, Grady did,
Yeah,
Rollo
right.
did, Rollo did.
Their next door neighbor cousin said, "I'm related to Red Fox."
You know
some
who the
kind
guy
of
was? That damn Julio.
What they say? What did
Yeah.
they say?
Huh?
What did they say?
Oh, what is
That's
it?
somebody.
That's a home.
Sex line.
Got that porno music.
That's good. Must be time to go.
You got any final thoughts, Rich?
As always, it's a pleasure. You guys. It's good to have you guys in the building at the same time. The energy, like I said, it was 2 hours ain't enough.
No, it ain't.
2
We
hours
had
ain't
fun,
enough.
man.
Yeah, we had fun. Thanks for
Great.
having us.
But y'all make it easy too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to have good hosts too.
Definitely.
A lot of times hosts want to dominate the show.
Yeah,
You got a guest on the
She's
show.
Simpson. I'm Ashford.
Right.
So you gonna say he's Bart and he's
Yeah, okay.
This peach is just heard.
No, damn it, I'm delicious.
And we
Yeah, I was
appreciate you
good
too, Nick.
tonight. I was
Appreciate
definitely
you,
good
Nick.
tonight.
Wow, Ross G checking us out, y'all. Comedian Ross G.
Yeah.
What's up, girl?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but that's y'all bring us back again. You know what I'm saying? Anything to help anybody's ratings.
Yeah.
Because what helps y'all going to help us just as well.
One hand, iron sharpens iron.
Oh, by the way, I'm just putting this out there into the universe. I'm looking for a male co-host.
You leaving?
No, he's not.
He getting fired. They don't know.
Sidekick. But I need another male
You get
co-host.
fired at work?
That would have been shady, wouldn't it? That would have
Give him
been.
his pink paper right there.
Yeah.
By the way,
By the way, yeah. So, if you all have any suggestions,
come join the family. Come join the family. Lots
yeah,
of
let
fun.
me know.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
We gotta talk.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
I think I asked you that before.
Yeah,
Howard.
we did.
Yeah.
I just said you say talk to my cash app. That's what we need to do. We need to talk to my cash
That's what
app.
it is.
I produce shows. Not only I'm a co-host, but I produce shows. I can
Okay.
make this show. I'll come in with some stuff, that y'all could do. Some game shows, some different stuff, and blah blah blah.
So Howard, my office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
So you
But I'm gonna get with you on
9
that.
to 5.
9 to 5.
Yeah, well, we'll see y'all Saturday, y'all.
Yeah,
Most definitely. Guys. Hey, we appreciate it, though. And thank you, too, Nick, man. We appreciate you.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Facebook Live. Appreciate all my people that
Yeah, we
came
love
on.
y'all.
Ricky the
Support
Real,
me.
Bill
Erica
Shackelford.
T.
I'm checking
Erica
out.
T.
Gotta go
Harper,
home
what's
and
up,
kiss
girl?
the babies. That's right.
We got the whole production team
Elder
that you want to
James
shout
Barnes.
out while we at it.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. That's right. Because Nick Gray go on the road with us, baby.
That's right.
Nick
Big
bust off
Nick.
those speakers.
Big Nick. Well, we
happened
thank
to-
everybody
You know
for
what happened to
tuning
the
in
last guy?
tonight.
Knocked
Good
the
night.
dust off of him.
Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. God bless. Peace.
Can't wait to see this great energy. Enjoy it. Ricky Shackelford.
All right, y'all.
Y'all have yourself a
signing
good
out.
night. Talk
We
to
are
you soon.
out of here.
So.